Hello, you're listening to The Balcony. I'm Jacob.
I'm Philip.
And I'm Michael. So, what is the balcony? Well, the balcony is us guys, and we're up in a balcony actually right now. And yeah, we're gonna be doing a podcast for about I don't know how long, just as long as we want it.
Totally.
So the first thing we're gonna start off with is the Lumen Room, which is a new concept for the Xbox, right? And tell us more about that, Jacob. Do you know? You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it, and I think it's completely unnecessary.
Yeah, it's basically a projector on a coffee table that
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's kind of like having a TV, but then having a projector on that TV, so that around the on your wall you can have extra animation from the video game.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that the 3D stuff comes
We'll
out.
put a link to the video.
Yeah, it's gonna be playing as we
You
go
should
on.
check it
so.
out because it's actually a really cool idea, and I would totally get one of those if it wasn't too expensive.
Yeah, if it wasn't such a big projector, not everybody has a coffee table in their room though that they can just sit down and put on their.
Actually,
thing.
they do. The problem is the price, though.
Well, yeah.
Actually, that's a really cool idea, and you should definitely check the video out.
Alrighty, and so now we're gonna lead to the next topic, the Hunger Games. We've all seen the Hunger Games, right? Except
Yep.
Philip here. Philip has not.
Well,
seen
I
it.
read the books.
He's
so.
read the books though. Basically, you've probably seen it. It's about Katniss and how she defends the nation or whatever.
I
She's
feel like
doing
everybody's
an
talked about
uprising.
this already, and we're not gonna bring anything new to it.
Yeah, just basically, already know what's gonna happen if you read the book. You go to number 2. It's stuff happens in colonies, and she goes back into the Hunger Games
Is
again.
this
for the
3 or
second
4
time.
years old?
Oh, this is about 2 years old, maybe.
The movie?
Are you guys excited for the movie sequel?
Yeah.
It looks awesome, actually.
It does look all right. I wouldn't say it's not gonna be as good as the first one though.
I'm pretty excited for it. The trailer looked pretty sweet.
I don't think there's gonna be as much action as it looks. It doesn't look really actiony in the trailer, but hopefully it's gonna.
Well,
be
I
good.
mean, if you're looking for a movie which is a flat-out action,
you should go to
the second book isn't really the
Yeah.
place to go.
I don't know about the third one. I stopped the third one. It was terrible. Alrighty, now we're going to
I
dumb.
got halfway through the third book, and then my sister took it away. So,
She read it, I'm guessing.
I think so. Yeah.
Alright, now we're gonna go to dumb ways to die. Alright, first of all, it's basically dumb ways to die. It's just people getting hit by trains.
It's this cute little animation video showing various dumb ways to die.
And then at the very end, it's be safe
Yeah.
around trains.
Public
like-
service announcement.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a silly song on some kid TV show, except they're happily singing about these really morbid ideas and these creepy animations.
Yeah, it's
Like
just,
this guy, this weird thing who goes swimming, looks like a dog, and his legs gets eaten off.
by piranhas.
Ugh.
Alright, now
Yeah, strangely enough, I thought of a happy techno remix to the song Mad World when I was watching it, just because it had kind of the same feel.
Many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
From our sorrow, no tomorrow, no tomorrow.
So let's go right into the snow in Minnesota. Okay, so we live in Minnesota, and we are so glad that
Minnesota, yeah, you betcha.
it's
Yeah, we get snow in April. It's totally lots of fun.
Snow in May even sometimes.
yeah, which was
Did it snow?
Only on leap
No.
years.
yeah, it did. It was did it snow, man?
No, it didn't.
It snowed last
But
Friday.
yeah,
Okay,
here
it
in
was-
Minnesota we get tons of fun weather.
It was like a record, wasn't it though? For
Yes, it was record. It hadn't snowed that much since 1960 or 1930. I don't know. Or 1908. It was just they hadn't had snow in April for a really long time.
It's just astonishing. I'm so glad it's gone. The sun's now out.
Yeah, I was FaceTiming with some friends from Arizona, and they started screaming as soon as they saw the snow.
Yeah. Oh, it's just so nice. And now we're gonna go into Slenderman and Amnesia.
A boogie woogie woo.
So this game is kind
Slender
of
is
more of a
lame.
scary
It's like
game.
it's like for your mom. I mean, no, I like your mom. It's for your grandma. Your grandma's okay.
Amnesia, I say, is better than Slender Man.
Yes, definitely. And for all those poor kids who are convinced, like including my sister, that Slender is really scary, a game where you definitely know that the creepy creeper is right behind you is not scary because there's no anticipation. It's just you're being chased around by this creepy thing. I mean, in fact, you can even play mind games with it just to make it feel less scary, which is a failure.
Like
Like
red light.
you can play red light, green light.
Yeah, red light, green
Or
light.
you can rationalize him.
Yeah.
Like he's trying to give you your wallet back.
Now, Amnesia, on the other hand, is more like you
You
don't
walk-
know. It's just like you're playing, and
Like-
40 minutes later, it just
Yeah,
pops up.
like you couldn't even see the monsters, but then you see this dark shape moving, or you see mist. It's really nerve-wracking.
And then you run for your life.
Yeah, I saw these two guys playing it, and they were so scared they were inching down the corridors because they didn't want to move. And it was really funny just how like really tense they were.
If you're ever bored, go onto YouTube and find rage quit videos of people playing Amnesia. They're really funny.
Yeah.
AKA all of PewDiePie's videos. Or except he doesn't rage quit, he just pees his pants.
Yeah, that's probably, yeah. All right, now we're gonna go to the peanut balcony. This is where we are gonna rage about one
Yes,
topic.
we were gonna get really mad.
All right, let's start with Philip.
All right, my rage is political bumper stickers. I mean, I'm going down the road and like I-94 or something, and I see this Subaru. I'm sorry, this is a stereotype. I have rightist leanings, but that doesn't mean you can harass me or anything. On the subject of political bumper stickers, sticking your political opinions on your and just like sticking it out for everybody to see. It just drives me crazy.
All right, and now we're gonna segue into Jacob's rant.
So, one of my biggest pet peeves definitely has to be when people stand in the middle of a stairway. I mean, really, come on, people. It's a stairway. People walk up and down staircases a lot. That's what they're made for. So when you just stand in the middle of a stairway and not do anything or tie your shoe, I'm just like, come on, dude.
Oh,
Really?
You know what the fake tire shoe trick is? It's when they're trying to pickpocket you.
Yep.
It's because you stumble into them. Keep going.
Yeah. Anyways, if you see me and you're just tying your shoe in the middle of a stairway, I mean, come on.
He's
I'm
gonna
probably
push you. He's gonna grab you and throw you down the stairs, and just like walk up calmly, and you're just gonna be.
It's gonna be a fist fight on the staircase. It's gonna be like a couch and pop.
No, he's just gonna grab you and throw you down.
Okay. And now, me. I do not like fake laughter. I am not a fan of fake laughter. Have you ever seen AFV? Everybody just starts laughing their heads off, and then to me, AFV is not really funny. I don't know about the people in the crowd.
It's entertaining.
Agreed. I don't think AFV is funny either.
Yeah, the crowd is like cracking up like they've just heard like Gabriel Iglesias or something on stage or some funny comedian, and then we got like some kid falling down a slide. Not really the best thing.
Yeah,
ever.
and like a man getting hit in the nuts.
Yeah, it's-
I mean, you know it's gonna go for the nuts. Like, there's no other place in the man's body that could possibly go but the nuts.
Yeah, it's just the worst, I think. All right, now we're gonna go to another video that came out like a year ago called "Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared," which starts off with like some puppets or something like that, people in costumes, and it just gets very demented.
Yes.
Talks about
Well. Yeah.
creativity and
Yeah. It seems like it's like opens up like an episode of Elmo or something. I haven't seen that in a while, but it's
It reminded me of the Muppets.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Muppets, that's
Cross
what it
between the
is.
Muppets and Sesame Street.
yeah. And it's
Although,
they're happy.
what I found offensive about it is that green is not. They said green was not a creative color. And I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Two of us are wearing green right now. So I mean,
yeah,
I don't know what's up with that.
green's an
Well-
alright color. I mean, nothing's wrong with green. My eyes are green. I mean, what's wrong with that? Creativity's an alright thing. Green's
Yeah.
alright. And then where did they get the heart? There was like a heart in there. And
Yeah, well, you can find the video in the description. It's It's creepy.
It's very scary.
Oh yeah, and also check out the kids react. Shout out to the Fine brothers.
Yep, they
They had
just
a-
had one.
I haven't seen it yet, but
YouTubers
I have good.
React or something
I
like
have
that.
stories about it.
All right, now we're gonna go to the new gentleman, the new Psy, which Psy made this new video.
What Michael's trying to say is there's a new song from Psy called
Yeah.
Gentleman, trying to ride on the coattails of Gangnam Style.
And I don't think it's as much as expectations as people were hoping for. I think people thought Gangnam Style was way better than Gentleman.
Well, it's kind of the one-hit wonder syndrome. I mean, I didn't really expect much anyway because I knew it's going to be really hard to top Gangnam Style in just terms of popularity and funniness. And when you look at it, it's kind of a almost copy of Gangnam Style. Just funny dance, weird song, lyrics you can't understand except for 2 words.
Well, I mean, most of the lyrics are in Korean.
Well,
Unless
yeah.
you understand Korean,
Well,
you
he
won't
actually did say a
understand.
couple American. There's like lyrics he actually does. He does say some English words.
Yeah, in the scene where he's like, "I'm what Psy" or something like that.
Or mother, father, gentleman.
Yeah, that's his main lyrics, and then he's
Although
like,
you can't
being a
understand the
jerk to
mother,
girls.
father part.
Yeah, he's like being a jerk. to
Yeah,
girls
the
or
video
something
itself,
like that.
yeah, Psy's pushing over girls and women, and it's a really dumb video.
Then he finds one at the end that he likes.
It's kind of like a hip hop comedy song. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, and the dance, I don't know what the dance. New dance is all right. It's like back and forth kind of, isn't it? With like your hand or.
It's
I don't know.
hardly a dance, really. It's more just step a little to the side.
Back and forth. Yeah.
It's like Lazy Man's Thriller, except Thriller's way better.
But it's kind of like a double-edged sword for him, kinda, because people aren't gonna like it and people are gonna like it the same. Wouldn't you say, kinda?
I don't know. I was just more thinking of people feel sorry for him because he's gonna have a hard time making another popular hit.
And then,
Well, I knew it wouldn't be as popular as Gangnam Style because it was the music video was the first one to reach 1 billion views on YouTube.
And that was
Yeah.
because
Like,
people would keep doing it, and people would keep telling everybody else to look it up again, and just like I was at Cub Foods, and me and a friend were like derping around. He's like, "Hey, are you guys like doing that weird video on YouTube?" And I'm like, "You mean Gangnam Style?" Oh no, we're doing something else. But everybody knows about it.
yeah, I think.
Wow, cool story, bro.
Don't tell it again. Sorry about that. All right, now we're gonna go into Iron Man 3. Now we haven't seen it, but Jacob has, so let's hear it, Jacob.
So, Iron Man 3, it's got some pretty good reviews overall. I personally was really disappointed just because of the way they use the Mandarin. It's not at all what it is in the comics. It's kind of creative how they used him, but I feel like some people are going to be really disappointed in how exactly they use the Mandarin. But I don't know. Overall, I give them 3 out of 4 stars. There's some really good action scenes. There are a lot of scenes where Tony Stark is fighting outside of his suit, which I think was really cool.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, if you don't know a lot about the Mandarin, you probably will think he's funny. But if you know a lot about the Mandarin and want him to be who he is in the comics, you'll be disappointed.
If you're a comic book nerd / fan / geek / I don't know, yes, you will be upset. But if you're like me, and I recently just got into the whole world of Marvel, you won't probably care.
Is there any cameos by anybody, like Bruce Banner, or is Thor in there or anything?
Does that count as a cameo?
I would count it.
Yes, there is a scientist who is meant to be Radioactive Man appears in one scene.
Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. And obviously Stan Lee, I'm pretty sure, is in there.
Yep, Stan Lee does have a cameo.
Don't tell where he is. I'm gonna try to find him somewhere. And then
Yeah.
you can...
There is a scene after the credits. It's not what you expect. That's all I'll have to say out of the after
You already
credits scene.
spoiled it.
Hey, now, Phil. All right, now to the next thing, the milk challenge. All right, so I've tried the milk challenges recently. It's not the best. You do puke up quite a bit of milk. For me, it came out of my nose. You can check that. That's one of the videos I did in the
Yes,
past.
another video on, I'm assuming this goes up on Michael's channel.
Yes,
Another one of the, oh, it was gross.
It,
I had to, turn my head.
it is pretty nasty. Other challenges are out there, like the cinnamon in them. milk challenge is a pretty fun challenge. We tried it, even though science says no, you can't do it.
If you want to watch a cinnamon challenge, go to the slow-mo guys with Gavin and Dan. You can just absolutely see the pain on their faces as they're like, as this really hot spice just going through all their airways.
Yeah,
It-
if you want to try the cinnamon challenge, don't do it. People have died doing it.
Yeah,
so
that-
not to be the
that is
Debbie
true.
Downer on the segment, but yeah, you shouldn't
I
do
think
that.
I think the video from the slow-mo guys of them doing it
Yeah,
in
people
slow
have
motion,
died.
by the way, shout out to them. It made me not want to do it.
Alrighty, so here's just this random question. If you had $1 million, what's the first thing you would buy?
Ooh, $1 million.
I think I already know Jacob's answer.
How many Pop-Tarts can I buy with $1 million?
Well, there's 12 in a box. It's like how much is a Pop-Tart box?
I don't know.
I don't know,
$2 to
$3
$5
bucks?
$3 about?
No, I wouldn't get Pop-Tarts. The first thing I would buy, I'm not sure.
Wouldn't you want to buy a donut?
I know. I would buy a paisley tie because I've been wanting a nice paisley tie for a while. So that's probably the first thing I would buy.
I would probably buy a donut because Jacob told me sometime he'd buy a donut, so I think, why not? I'd buy a donut so people would be like, what's the first thing you bought? Oh, you know, a donut.
I would buy a gaming rig or not a gaming rig per se, but just basically a really nice computer and a really nice monitor and, you know, the techie stuff. And also a rifle.
And for Jacob's question,
Like-
I'd buy a long john.
Like an AR-15, no, I'd get like a Mini 14.
Would
And
the
a bunch
long
of
john be
ammunition.
filled?
No, it would not be filled.
No. Okay.
Keep on continuing, Philip.
I would shoot your donut out of your hand.
Why would you do that?
And I would get a slow motion camera so I
Philip.
could record it.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Talking about your fantasy of an awesome gaming room.
We are very
I'm sorry. I forgot how much you love video games.
Are you guys like misinterpreting my jokingness of shooting donuts in slow motion with like being mad at you?
Would
for
it go through
Sarcasm? I've never used sarcasm before, and I definitely don't know
well-
what it is.
Would it go through the
Whoa,
donut?
Jacob, sarcasm? You've
Bullet?
never used that before. Dude, this is new ground. Are you gonna use sarcasm in the future?
What do you think the probability of shooting a bullet through a donut hole would be?
Well,
I'm
the
sure it
bullet
wouldn't be
would
too
definitely go
hard.
through
If
the-
you're a sniper, if you have a sniper rifle, it wouldn't be too hard.
That depends on how close the donut away is.
Okay, let's
Wait,
say it's
okay,
like
I have a question though.
10 feet.
When you say shoot through donut hole, do you mean you have a donut the shape of a horse and you're shooting through the middle of it, or do you have an actual like spherical donut hole and you want to try to shoot that?
No, you got a donut hole with a circle in the middle.
So it's shaped like a horse.
Yes. And you got to shoot through that little center part.
Okay.
And you're 10 feet away, and you got like a, let's say, just a normal, let's say,
BB gun.
let's say a Colt 45. It's a pistol.
Well, as much as I would like to say that 10 feet away is breeze, depending on how experienced you are, like I've shot a couple big pistols and if you're unfamiliar with it, it will kick your hand and you will not be able to go through the hole. I mean, with a rifle or anything else, I would zing it right away. Like,
So, on this donut that's shaped like a horse, is there frosting on it? Because if the frosting is partially covering up the hole,
No,
that may.
it's not covering up the hole. There's
Oh, so
frosting
it's
on
just
it.
a plain donut.
No,
You know,
there's frosting.
if
There
it
is
was 10
frosting
feet
on it.
away,
Yes.
I could shoot it with a Nerf gun. I would just go right through the hole. Give me a Maverick.
A Nerf gun Maverick. You could go right through the hole one shot
10 feet away.
without tipping the donut over. It's up on its side.
I suppose.
That would have to be a big donut for a Nerf dart to
Yeah.
go through it.
Not the donuts I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of, you know, the size of the, I don't know, like bigger than I don't know, like the size of a CD.
Okay,
That's-
would
that's
you
what a donut is.
get on the ground and shoot, or would you shoot it like so it'd have to?
I would
go
tilt it
through
up,
and-
and I would make sure that I have good darts, because the key to Nerf accuracy is having good darts.
Yeah, because if you have a bad dart, that's some nephew.
Basically a
shoot
squash
on.
dart. Squash dart.
Yes.
Like if your nephew got a hold of it.
Yes, and shoot on it. It's not going to be the best. All right, next.
Wow, it sounds like you had some bad childhood memories with Nerf guns, Michael.
Some some of my nephews, not going to say any names, only my only nephew right now has a chun.
These aren't childhood memories. Let's say like memories from like a couple months ago.
I would say maybe like a year and a half ago, but pretty close to that about. All right, now we're gonna go to the new Xbox. What is it called? The 720 regulation?
I have no idea what the name is called. 720 Infinity Xbox.
Something like that.
Just next gen Xbox.
All I know is that you need to have internet connection all the time to turn it on.
Is that true? Is that verified by the Microsoft
I'm
source?
pretty sure that is verified by the Microsoft source, and it's not going to be.
I'm not pretty sure. I feel that's a bunch of hearsay.
Basically, that's going to be really hard to do because in rural areas, there's not really
Well,
places that would have internet connection all the time. Like, I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure they won't have internet connection everywhere.
My concern with the new Xbox is whether or not it's going to be called the 720, because I'm afraid that like 50 years from now they'll have the new Xbox 3960 and it's going to become kind of a joke.
It's just going to get out of hand. I agree with that. Also,
I'm looking forward to the Xbox 1080.
yeah, the new 1080, that sounds pretty cool. It's going to be so awesome, man.
It's probably gonna like fit around your head like glasses, like whatever the engineer from Star Trek Next Generation. You know, he has those like shiny things over his eyes. It's probably gonna wrap around your head like that.
You heard it first from us, guys. The Xbox 1080 will have virtual reality.
Yeah, it's possible. It's
will
like
fit around your head.
Illumina room, but it's just even better.
You know what the Xbox 1 million's gonna be? It's gonna be a flash drive that you upload into your cyborg brain.
Oh wow, that's gonna be awesome. And also for the Xbox 720, once you put a disc in, it reads it like a barcode, and you can't bring the disc anywhere. It's like a broken. It's like a.
Can I translate for you?
Yeah. What would you? Can you give an analogy for that?
Basically, they're saying that it's there's rumors around that once you buy a game, like a particular disc, it is locked to your system, meaning that you cannot bring that particular disc for that certain copy of the game over to a friend's house because it's already registered with your Xbox. And supposedly it's to prevent piracy, and it's also going to prevent a whole lot of other things. But anyway, it just means it's all screwed up, and yeah.
Alrighty, now we're coming up to the new YouTube channel. What's coming up next? I don't know what's coming up. There's going to be more of the balcony coming up soon. And I was just going to tell you what's coming up. Hitman number 2 might be coming up soon. I don't know. But that's basically what's going on there.
Yeah, your little fan film thing.
Yeah. Alright, now let's go to
fan film.
the Avengers duo and Thanos. So, Jacob, what would you say about this?
So, Joss Whedon revealed a couple weeks ago in an interview that he wrote in a brother-sister duo to appear in the Avengers. And the most famous brother-sister duo that are members of the Avengers are the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. And in a later interview, Kevin Feige was asked about this, and he made a comment about how 6 months from now the script can change. So I don't know if that's just Kevin Feige not wanting to give away too much right now, or if it might actually change. Now, one interesting thing about this is that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are also mutants, which means Fox owns partial rights to them. So if the Marvel movie company wants to have them in the Avengers, they can't mention the fact that they're mutants. And if Fox wants to put them in an X-Men movie, they can't mention that they were part of the Avengers, but both companies can still use them.
And Thanos is going to be the enemy, right?
As far as we know, yes, Thanos is going to be the main threat.
Alright, now we're going to go to what movie line, quote, do you like the most?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
Alright, that's Jacob's, and what
That's
movie
not
is it?
actually my favorite quote. It's just the one I probably say the most, which is kind of sad.
What gives you the right? What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
But for those of you who haven't seen The Dark Knight, you should probably see it. It's one of the best Batman movies ever made, and yeah.
Alright, Philip, what's
Arguably
your...
one of the best movies ever made, I've heard. My most used quote is, Get to the chopper. Do it now.
All right. And
Go! Get to the chopper!
what's that from?
Some movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think it's Predator.
I think it was The Predator.
I'm pretty sure it was. I
Yeah,
don't know any
the reason I like it is just because it's the one accent I can do fairly well at certain times of the day, like when the stars are in the correct position, but I'm terrible with accents.
Personally, I don't like Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes because most people over-exaggerate them so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they're often more funny than it is, but we did have a fun time on that one road trip.
Yeah.
When we were a load of Schwarzenegger quotes and Swedish quotes. Oh, it's funny.
So, Michael, what is the movie line that you quote the most?
I don't know what I would say I would like to quote the most. Probably I have no clue what my favorite movie quote would be because I can think of movie quotes like would you take the blue pill or would you take the red pill, but I never use that quote. When do I say that? I mean, well, I'm gonna take the blue pill. Or I could say like you got 6 or you got 7. You feeling lucky, punk? Something about
It's actually 5 or 6.
oh 5 or 6.
On Whose Line Is It Anyways? During Scenes from a Hat, when the topic was famous movie roles played by Carol Channing, Ryan Stiles performed that part, and he accidentally said, "Is it 6 or 7?" Even though in the actual movie it's 5 or 6.
Yeah, so I would not know what my favorite movie line quote is. Probably something for some reason.
For those of you who don't know, Whose Line Is It Anyway is coming back with new episodes starting July.
It's gonna be very cool.
I take it that's a TV show.
It is a TV show. Can't believe you've never seen it. You should watch
Have you
it.
never seen Whose Line Is It Anyway, Philip?
Nope, never.
We should show them like something.
Okay, stop the podcast. We have to watch it now.
Well, we're gonna continue
Oh
on
man.
that.
Oh
We're gonna
guys, I
continue
just
on the
found new
podcast
news.
quick.
Guys,
I
I
saw
need to
them
correct
later.
I need to correct this about the Xbox 720. I'm just reading on this website and apparently that Xbox has released a official announcement that they will have you do not need constant internet connection to play their Xbox because that would damage the market severely. And there could be something about needing internet to verify titles online, verify game titles that you bought them, but other than that, it's going to be pro.
What's going on with the games though? Is the games gonna be disc read barcode?
That's the most efficient way to do it, but there will also be Xbox Live.
All right, we're gonna get to the trivia questions like our last segment. Do we have a trivia question?
Yes, we do have a trivia question.
All right.
So, the question is, what was the first professional sports team in the U.S. to be named after a work of literature?
And if you know it, you can leave it in the comments if we're gonna get any comments. So yeah, and we'll put that as a, I don't know, put it as maybe give a shout out to you or something. And then our final topic is what's coming up for the balcony. Well, the balcony is a thing that'll happen maybe sometime regularly. Maybe we'll upload a video.
Yeah, new podcasts whenever we're bored.
Yeah, whenever we're bored and we're running out of YouTube videos on this channel, we're gonna probably upload another.
That's
podcast.
a really sorry excuse
Well,
to
yeah.
have podcasts.
Well, it's gonna be a podcast
I was
like
running out of videos on my channel, so
Well, it's gonna be
I decided to
uploaded
make a
probably
podcast.
every 3 to 4 weeks. Hopefully, we can get a podcast up. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna be.
If we decide, we can't make a fixed schedule yet, but we'll try to make podcasts in a reasonable time frame.
Yep.
So, that's all we have for today on the balcony. I'm Jacob.
Sure, you betcha. I'm Philip.
And I'm Michael. And thanks for watching. And look out for us. We're coming soon.